revenue depends on me, it's employment. It's not scalable. It's certainly not sellable. My name's Garrido. I lead the most fabulous team of sellers and coaches and consultants, and we obsess about developing sales teams and developing revenue lines and helping founders and businesses and sellers be all they can be. When I see my clients that have had a successful exit, when I see the things that are correlated between those that have had a very successful exit and those that haven't, there is probably one big decision that every one of them made at some point in that journey. And that's the decision that they're not going to have a sales job anymore. They're going to be a leader. They're going to really lead a team. And they typically or often ask me to help them do that. I want to take you through that decision because I get it. It isn't easy. And it starts with a simple decision that I've already mentioned. Have you got a business or have you got a job? The reality is, if you've got a business, it's very clear. Your business sells more when you're on vacation. That's the clear guideline. I know I've got a business because when I'm on vacation, business sells more. Or I've got a job, and I know I've got a job when the sales stop when I'm not there. Pretty clear, right? So you ask yourself now, have you got a business or have you got a job? And hey, I absolutely get it. Early on, I'm the best seller. I know the story of the business. I feel in my veins and in my heart, I feel my prospect. I get it. I know the objections. I know the edge cases. I close the first 10, 1,500 deals. I close them, so I understand it. And I tell myself, and for me, it was 10 years, I told myself, I'll step back later. And later never comes. And then what happens when you've got a job and you don't own a business, you've got a job? What does that look like? Well, deals stall when I'm not there, and the team asks me, and they'll ask you. I know they're asking you. The team asks you to jump in. You're rewriting proposals. Your forecast depends on your calendar. The vacations create revenue anxiety. When you've got that job, when every deal depends on you, it is never. It's not pretty. And I know, because I told myself the story, that I'll address this later. What do I need to create such that I can go on vacation, such that the business actually grows when I'm on vacation, so that the team and the company are starting to deliver its potential? A business that runs on systems. If revenue depends on me, it's employment. I'm rich in key person risk. It's not scalable. It's certainly not sellable. It's not scalable, and because it's not scalable, it's not sellable. And it's a high degree of stress, low degree of freedom. What's my real job as owner of this business? What should my real job be? I should be the architect of a system, right? I should build repeatability. I should be spending my time coaching my sellers. How much more powerful is that than having to arm wrestle myself every deal, like to drag every deal through the funnel? How much more powerful if I can be coaching a team of people? How much leverage is in that? I should be designing the leadership rhythms and the selling rhythms. I should be replacing heroics with process. I should be doing the job of a leader. It's the P's, right? It's products, developing people, developing processes, and developing partnerships. That's what I should be developing. That's my high leverage activity. And I'm getting there, and I'm helping so many clients get there too. I'm helping so many clients reach that nirvana where you can actually go on vacation. And when you come back from vacation, the business has been selling, and I can focus on those high leverage activities, developing product, developing people, developing processes, developing partnerships. If you feel like you've got a job and you've not got a business, hey, here's today's first move. Just have a look. Just do this one thing. Pick 3 deals. I want you to assign a lead to each of them. And I want you to take the role of the strategist, the deal strategist. So it's a step up. It's away from the deal and it's into more of that leadership role. I want you to assign yourself the role of deal strategist, and you've got a lead looking after the deal. Now, what do we do as deal strategists? Well, you're doing things like you're developing a relationship map. You're mentoring the deal and you're mentoring the lead on the deal. Between you, you're coming up with that relationship map, the stuff that is instinctive to you, but they need to learn how to do it. You're running through, even if it's mental, the fuzzy file, helping that deal lead really understand the human on the other side of this deal. You're helping prepare and certainly review pre-call plans, because every call needs a pre-call plan. So you're developing that habit of pre-call planning that you kind of do mentally as the leader. You're owning the theme of the deal. You're explaining to your deal lead, what is the real theme of this deal? Like, why does this deal exist? What's the raison d'etre? What are they trying to achieve? What am I trying to achieve? What are we trying to achieve? How does this partnership work? The seller's got to learn how to make a robust economic case in partnership with the prospect, and you're going to help deliver or build that skill. How do you assess economic fit if you can't develop an ROI and you can't help articulate an ROI? You've got to help the prospect to be able to articulate an ROI, return on investment. That's your job. 3 leads, 3 deals. Assign them to 3 deal leads. Assume the role of strategist, and then be a strategist, be a coach, be a mentor to those people. And if you do that enough times, if you do that between now and the summer, you're going to be able to go on vacation with your family, and the business is going to be able to sell more without you than it ever could sell And I invite you to join me in our next Scaling Masterclass. If this is interesting, we have one, I do one a month. It's a Scaling Masterclass. I'm going to walk you through how to move from leading every major deal, pressure, 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 no vacation, to structured, coachable, scalable sales system that closes deals without you. No more revenue anxiety on vacation. No more telephone calls. No more tap, tap. You deserve a sales team that performs. Your business deserves a sales team that performs. Your sellers deserve a leader who helped them to get there. And your customers deserve you to sell more, deserve you having the ability as a company to create more impact and selling more. And I want you guys to have a business, not a job. So hit subscribe, hit like. Thanks very much.